Mean Streets was a very ambitious, interactive movie from Access Software, which originally came on 2 double-sided floppy disks. The early days of Tex Murphy, back when he had the slowest car in the galaxy. The year is 2033, and the place is San Francisco. You? Well, you play a private detective, dressed in a Humphrey Bogart-style raincoat, who fans of adventure games will hear about several times. Tex Murphy. Hard-boiled, private eye. And you have just been hired by the lovely young daughter of Carl Linsky. It seems that Carl jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge to his death a few days ago. At least, that's the official police report. But his daughter doesn't think that he would have killed himself, and it's up to you to find out the truth. For all science fiction specialists, for all Harrison Ford fans, for all Ridley Scott fans, a strange feeling of deja vu probably arose when observing the thumbnail for this video of Mean Streets, and for good reason. It's hard not to see a link with the Blade Runner poster. Imagine the California of the future, its sprawling cities, its permanent night, its arid lands transformed into giant landfills, and its flying cars. Familiar? No replicants here, however. A shame really. That Sean Young was a bit of alright back in the day. Mean Streets gameplay doesn't revolve around you solving puzzles and mindlessly adding items to your inventory. Instead, the main objective is for you to follow contacts and evidence that leads you to other contacts, and evidence and so on. You start off the game with $10,000 and several leads that will help you get started. And don't think that you don't have to use the 10 grand. Other leads can be gained by talking to people about other people beforehand. It might be an idea to read through this game manual before you play, as it will give plenty of hints and tips. I'll link it through in the description of the video. It's quite long, but it's a decent read all the same, especially if you're going to get into this game properly. From a futuristic flying car, you can call 2 sidekick characters, comprising of your secretary or your informant via your video phone. Vanessa, the cheery secretary, can be contacted by pressing V and will fax useful info straight to your car, so long as the facts you want are already stored at your office. To find out about the shadier characters you encounter, you will have to call Lee Chin by pressing L, an informant who will charge a small fortune for their services. In terms of travelling, since this is an early adventure game, don't expect the game to bring up a travel map where you select destinations. In Mean Streets, all the addresses of locations are referred to as navigation codes, or NC for short. So instead, your hovercar comes equipped with a navigation computer where you punch in an NC to unlock a destination. You then have to drive towards a flashing landing pad. You can find useful information for this by initially consulting the manual. Oh, and the good thing is, you don't have to drive there manually. Your flying car also comes with an autopilot feature. Turn this on, and your car will do the driving and landing for you. When you arrive at an NC code, you will then be taken to a suspect, a room of a building, or a plain text screen. Sometimes, you will have to play an arcade gunfight sequence in order to get from your flying car to the suspect or building. Questioning suspects is the heart of the game, and some of the game's characters are quite amusing, like Dolores Lightbody, Carl Linsky's ex-lover. Of course, some characters won't talk unless you threaten them, or bribe them. I bet the most nostalgic memories for many of you guys who were lucky enough to own a floppy drive was the fact that you probably spent at least half the time on this game just waiting for it to load data from the disk. This is no exaggeration, and I'm just so happy we can run this from file now on emulators, as, seriously, it was just ridiculous. Leaving somewhere in the game and returning immediately could require up to 3 disk changes. That's not all. The game controls were shockingly unresponsive too. I mean, the joystick control is adequate enough, but the command keys used for dialing, autopiloting and so on have to be held down or pressed repeatedly before they functioned. However, if this is your first time playing Mean Streets, then it will definitely provide you with a fairly challenging murder case to solve. And if you really get into this, you could probably complete the game in a day, if you've got the patience of a saint. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And as mentioned, please do be sure to tell us what you thought of Mean Streets in the comment section. A classic, would you say? Or are you just hearing about this for the first time? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow me on this nostalgic adventure down memory lane as we revisit some games you may have even forgotten all about. It's my mission to ensure we remember these awesome games from our youth. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, bye for now.